Welcome to Red Carpet TV Nigeria. Kindly click on the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to sow and a time to reap, a time to be born and a time to die. For Nneoma Chinyere Dora, a woman who lived a life of service to God and humanity all through her 89 years sojourn on planet Earth, she has indeed finished the labor of life by fighting a good fight, finishing a course and keeping a faith, and hath thus gone to rest in the bosom of the Lord. Thus, the burial of the late Nneoma Chinyere Dora was a perfect referral of the philosophical quote of William Shakespeare, which says that when beggars die, no comets are sin, but the heavens themselves blaze forth at the death of princes and princesses, with the array of VIP guests and eminent Nigerians who graced a funeral program. The presence of these elite and gorgeous guests was courtesy of her first daughter, Chief Mrs. Betty Anyanwu-Akeredolu, who is the wife of the Ondo State Governor, Rotimi Akeredolu. It was therefore not surprising that great guests were pulled from all over, and the entire Ondo State was literally moved to Imabiam in Imo State for the funeral occasion. It began on Wednesday, March 11, 2020. With a movement of guests from the west across the Niger to the eastern part of the country and landing in Owerri, the beautiful capital city of Imo State. The next day, everyone made the dusty and rustic rural communal settings of Imabiam in the inter parts of Owerri West local government area of Imo State their destination and final port of call. As they settled under the tent placed in front of Mama Anyanwu-Akeredolu's villa for the wake service, they were welcomed with the crooning of melodious hymns. Biblical readings interjected the hymns at intervals. Admonishing everyone to give their life to Christ, as only the living enjoys this grace, Reverend Ugochukwu Amefula delivered his sermon.
Because of this heaven, so that at the end of our day here on earth, we'll meet our Maker in heaven. But if you are here and you are so comfortable with things that are happening around here, that means that you're not ready to make heaven. The only solution to our problems is to accept Jesus Christ as our Lord and personal Savior. That is the only way. That is the only thing that will save you. That's the only thing that will save all of us.
The next day, Friday, March 13, 2020, guests, who include Dr. Kayode Fayemi and Senator Hope Uzodinma, governors of Ekiti and Imo State respectively, thronged the Christ Anglican Church, Imabiam, for the funeral service. The service commenced with a procession of the choristers and priests, followed by the Apam pallbearers, who brought in Mama's casket. With the casket placed at the front for all to see, the choristers began dishing out lovely songs. The children of Mama, especially the females, shone in pink lace, while the males radiated in traditional Ichie Igbo outfit. The biblical reading was done by Mama's granddaughter, Dr. Mrs. Anyanwu-Akeredolu Michaels, after which the Bishop of Egbu Diocese, Right Reverend Godfrey Okoafo, admitted that Mama Dora Anyanwu was an Amazon with wonderful Christian virtues and whose name will be forever written in gold in a sermon titled "We Are More Than Conquerors."
Any level of the diocese, talking about the 10 diocese of Owerri, her name was printed in gold. And it's our prayer that in heaven, her name will also be printed in gold. She has handed over to you people and all of us. We know at no point in time would we not drop tears over a loved one. Now one may say, at the right age of 89, even at 100, people still weep at the death of their departed ones. And I know that you must have done it a little. But there's a style of that type of weeping. See the way it is done. You have your handkerchief, just like this, and you just wait. After a little, when it comes again, you don't do like this, and you just wait. It won't be flowing like that in the name of Jesus. Our mother has done her best, and she has tried. In this race, she has given a good account of herself. So take heart, you and your siblings. The entire Christ Church family, the entire Emma, Umika, and so on. All those that Mama's death touches in one way or another, take heart. Even our in-law, Your Excellency, our governor of Ondo State. We know you used to call her Mama, and that was what she was to you. You will also have to take heart. We have seen so many of such situations. And in all these things, Paul says, we are more than conquerors. A quintessential woman, an Amazon. What message are you going home with? What does this invitation teach you? It's not about the crowd, because there must be such a crowd. And there's no need asking why there should be such a crowd.
Melodious renditions of special anthems made the service livelier again as the choir of St. Peter's Anglican Church, Ikeegbu, and the choir of the Christ Church, Imabiam, took turns to perform. Prayers were then rained on the children of Mama Dora. In his speech, Mama's son-in-law, the Ondo State Governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, was full of appreciation to everyone who has come to honor them.
This community should be proud of their other Nneoma before. This community is blessed. Just as Ondo State is blessed with that. But one thing about that is this, clearly, if you read what some of our children said, first 3 years, they were all here for Christmas. You must come. Until when they started voting. And you know what they said to her? You go to your father's house for Christmas, we will stay in our father's house for Christmas. So the children, they wanted to stay in the father for Christmas, but most times you bring them in. And what he showed me clearly was that you can win the love of the lady, but you cannot take our love for our community from her. You can never. This woman loves community. She would rather do anything she has in this community because she has great love. And it not just, I told her before when we had Adam before, I said that is the way you are going. When Adam appeared the first day, you come Adam the second. She thought I was joking. And when they came and said, we are making the first daughter of Emabia, Emabia the second, we took it gladly. So, I thank you, your people are grateful. She is able to all of us from Ondo State. I thank you all.
Addressing the congregation also, the host governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma, acknowledged that Mama was a community mobilizer and a good woman, especially judging from the pedigree of her first child and her spouse, Betty and Rotimi Akeredolu.
Very clear that there is time for everything. Time for everything. Time to live, time to walk, time to rest, and time to die. We are today here because of the death of one of our best and brightest. Mama, I'm told, was a community mobilizer and leader, a philanthropist, a committed woman to the activities of the church and community affairs. She contributed her quota, and today she is gone to stay with our God. That is a necessary thing. What we've been saying here today, which must be a very strong lesson, is not whether we will die or not. We will all die one day. The deep question we should be asking ourselves, whose turn is it next? If you remember this question and try to look for the answer, it will affect your conduct and behavior as an individual. I want to acknowledge and thank the governor of Ondo State and his wife. This is the kind of in-laws we should be looking for. This is the truth, because this in-law has added value not only to the development and growth of our state, it also empowers our people. So my in-law, we pray that those my grandchildren and the relations around you will, looking at the quality of service and value you have gotten from our sister, do further exploration in the state.
Activities gradually came to an end as the priests gathered around the casket for the final commendation for Mama. The Hallelujah chorus, which was crooned by all, was a bright way to bring the mass to a final halt. Just as a recessional hymn saw the casket being taken out after the priest and children of Mama filed out. Death thus marked the hour of departure for Mama Dora Anyanwu. Born on August 31, 1931, Mama lived her early childhood in Ebutemeta, Lagos State, and got educated up to Standard 6, with which she taught for several years in various community primary schools in Imo State. She later ventured into trading and helped in the sustenance of her home as a resourceful wife and mother. A woman with great community leadership traits, Mama was a very active voice to be reckoned with in Umuahia village and Imabiem as a whole. Nneoma Dora was a no-nonsense person and outspoken woman for girl-child education and women's rights, even in a patriarchal society like Imabiem. She was also a committed Christian who actively participated in the activities of the Mothers' Union and Women's Guild of the Christ Anglican Church, Imabiem, in the Anglican Diocese of Egbu. She was a synod delegate and also served at various positions in a local parish at the level of parochial church committee. All this earned her the conferment of the Meritorious Nneoma title in the church and diocese. In describing Mama Dora, 1,000 words would not be enough. Indeed, a great woman has rested. But it is said that the fruit does not fall too far from the tree. Therefore, there is no gainsaying that the life Mama lived are reflected on all her children who are doing pretty good in their respective endeavors. These indelible virtues have rubbed off on them and are easily noticeable, especially in the life of her first child, Chief Mrs. Betty Anyanwu-Akeredolu Ada Imabiem II. The first daughter of Mama, Betty, is also the first lady of Ondo State. With a great and amazing personality, it is highly convincing that the life of Betty Akeredolu mirrors in many ways the Spartan life lived by the late Nneoma Dora Anyanwu. The compassion, hard work, public spirit, doggedness in the service to the people, frankness, discipline, moral light for the girl child and the women folk, and the tremendous support for her governor husband are attributes which the Ondo First Lady has undoubtedly inherited from her late mother. Chief Mrs. Betty Anyanwu-Akeredolu is indeed a chip off the old block. In identifying with Betty Akeredolu and her siblings, guests unteared to the comprehensive secondary school Imabiem for a bountiful reception. Tents, which sprawled round the expansive field, were where the community guests were entertained to good times. But the giant marquee at the corner of the field, which was exquisitely decorated with sparkling and shimmering lights and lovely sitting arrangements, was where the VIP guests got their own dose of lavish entertainment. Bringing musical satisfaction to the pleasure of guests was the duo of an indigenous musician who threw the audience outside. And the Ayo Rollins Band from Ondo State, who thrilled the audience in the giant marquee.
Wọ́n sanwó ìrọ̀jú lọ sẹ́wọ̀n dúpẹ́ Amẹ́ríkà wọ́n ní pé mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àrùgbà o ọlọ́rẹ́bù ìrọ̀jú ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ní mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àrùgbà o torí kì í ṣe gbogbo ènìyàn lórí àrùgbà máìkó wọ́n ní pé mo rí àrùgbà.
They all had felicitous moments with the first family of Ondo State. From great meals to choice drinks and fine wines, everyone relished the pleasant moments. It was in this spirit of unending fun that the guests, who took turns as groups, came upstage to dance to the melodious beats of Ayo Rollins Band. Red Carpet TV spoke with some of the children of the deceased and other guests.
She lived a fulfilled life. She took very care of her family, her husband, and her children also. She was of high discipline, and she impacted that on her children. I remember most of the association, women association in the community, struggling to have her as their treasurer because of her honesty, her trustworthiness. So anytime she's given any money to keep, the money is safe and secured.
She's a funny person. I remember when she calls me names, like when we usually come back on holiday, she usually calls me Oluma. Anytime she sees me doing something, she used to use it to cheer me up, that she continued to work hard, that hard work is the only way to make it in life. Sad to see Mama go, but we know that she's the Lord, and we're here celebrating her life. Mama is known to be a very strong person, someone that always put the family together. She had a very good heart. As a young child, we always came here every Christmas, during December time with everybody, my siblings, my mom, and she she was always there with warm hearts, open hearts, always welcoming. She was very happy to see us. Tried to make us experience the village and the life on this side. Always trying to remind us of where my mom is from, and also inculcate like very good morals in our lives. I'm going to miss her dearly, and may her soul rest in peace. Mama, like we fondly call her, was a fiercely independent woman, and I'm glad that she passed on that trait to my mom, who in turn passed that trait on to me. So she's extremely hardworking as well. Like I remember when we're growing up, when we come to the village, my grandma would ride her bicycle to the farm to get yams, comes back, she makes the yams for us to eat and all of that. She was extremely caring, and then she was very, very involved with the entire Emabiam community. So she was always in one community or another. The house was always filled with different people coming to solve disputes, tons of relatives. She was always willing to help. And then, like I said, my household was like that as well. So growing up in my house, we always have at least 3 or 4 relatives living with us, and I believe my mom got that from my grandma. It's definitely her Emabiam soup. Oh my god. That was, she used to make the best Emabiam soup. I would definitely miss that, mama. And also her calm, she had a very calm disposition, and she absolutely loved her grandkids. So I will absolutely miss her.
I'm not happy.
Sorry, ma.
It was a good show. I knew that it would come. She would pass on something, not how it happened. People are saying it's a celebration of life. It didn't give us stress. Have that as a consolation. Sorry, miss her. Seriously. It was through my mother that I knew that women could lead. Women could lead. That our household is over. It was almost like courtyard, all manners. Women complaints, problems, trooping in and out. And she loved it. Even when we felt that she should come to Ibadan and stay with us. I told my husband that the village is her life. She enjoys it. She enjoys doing what she was doing, counseling other women. She loves it. People with their financial problems, what we are using to maintain them or sustain them. Just like my father, they are just the same copies of identical knowledge. Always giving even to their own discomfort. She loves it. And I think from them I got to know that there is goodness in supporting others and giving others, being an effort in changing the status of the community. It was my mother and I started this school where we are now. There was a time when, anyway, during my own time, we were trekking from here to Wherever to go to school. It was time. Later on, the 2 communities decided to have a school, a common school, to reduce the hardship of trekking. That was after. But along the way, there was a disagreement between Emabiam and Ezo. It was my mother and her group that pulled out. They started, heaping sand, women will collect sand and be heaping. They say they must start telling that enough of this, they called their bluff and took off. It was my mother. If you look at our lives and time, there's a group of women. Those are the women that started this school. even without her, where she was received. Yes. She formed a group of women. She's always there, president. She will do president, do how combined. When women, if they are not, forthcoming, she will move on. Follow me. So I love this. And I think I want to continue to do my best in that regard.
See what you've done for me? See how you said
I have joined numerous Nigerians who have joined this family, Anyanwu-Akeredolu and his siblings, and more especially the husband, the executive governor of Ondo State, to celebrate the life of the mother well lived. If you were in the church service, you listen to the sermon and you will know the type of woman we are talking about. She didn't just die, she has gone to be with her friend. Of course, we all know that anything that has a beginning must have an end. For every sunrise, there must be a sunset. Her day has come and we are celebrating it for the better life she lived. And I believe she left a lot of legacy. Today, we have a wonderful lady who is the first lady of Ondo State. And that is why we are gathered here. And we give God the glory for the family. And ask the family to take solace and bear the fortitude of us.
As the wonderful journey of Mama comes to an end, from all of us at Red Carpet TV, we say good night, Nneoma, Dora, Chinyere, Anyanwu, and we felicitate with the first family of Ondo State for giving their mother a befitting burial.
Yo